The honourable member for Sherwood Park.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am pleased to stand today in response to the speech from the throne for the 31st Legislature of Alberta, delivered here in this Assembly by Her Honour the Lieutenant Governor, and for the opportunity to speak to the experiences and values that brought me to stand for election in the amazing community of Sherwood Park, where all roads lead. I would like to begin by thanking the constituents of Sherwood Park for entrusting me to represent them here and be their voice in the legislature. I intend to honor your faith in me with hard work and to ensure that the values and policies you supported will be reflected in the work of the new Democratic-led official opposition. Sherwood Park is often recognized for being the largest hamlet in the world, which means it is an urban center that is comfortable being governed within a county. It is the nexus of country and city, agriculture and energy industry. In many ways, it is a young place, but it has history, and I am proud of where I am from. Its sacred lands are known as Amasquitchee, which is Cree for the Beaver Hills. For thousands of years, Indigenous people from many nations have lived and thrived on these lands. All inhabitants of Sherwood Park are responsible to each other, to the land, to the resources, and to Treaty 6. As long as the sun shines, the grass grows, and the mighty North Saskatchewan River flows. When I was 4, my parents, Edwin and Nancy Kasawski, moved us to Sherwood Park from High Prairie after a circuitous motorhome adventure through the Sun Belt of the United States during the winter of 1977 and 78. They picked Sherwood Park over a community west of Edmonton because when you commute back and forth to Edmonton, the sun is in your eyes in the morning, and in the evening, going to and from the Honourable Cyril Turton's riding of Spruce Grove, Stony Plain. But the sun is always on your back when you come from Sherwood Park. What they learned is that Sherwood Park is full of opportunities, activities, organizations, and infrastructure for healthy and creative living. The good people of Sherwood Park are committed to making life better for others and taking care of one another. The community of Sherwood Park has been built by families near and dear to me. Families like the Alampis, Anakas, Beckett's, Brocks, Brydens, Calders, Carrs, Chabas, Cooks, Dimmers, Gibsons, Gordons, Jamesons, Johnsons, Kasawskis, Kennedys, Croaches, Millards, the Peddins, Provenchers, Sadaways, Sargents, Skrepniks, Shabbats, Sousters, Wodaks, and Zurwells. And the community continues to thrive with families like the Berghoffers, Browns, Gredanus, Manchaks, Mills, Mollers, Peisch, Tetmeyers, Tanitas, Walgies, and so many more that are carrying on the traditions of Sherwood Park and creating new ones as well. Let me back up though. I was born in a relatively small town of Bashaw, Alberta, when there was still an operating hospital there that could deliver babies. I'm the last of a line, but I'm grateful for my personal connection to small towns and family farms in Alberta. Nearly every weekend in the summers of my childhood, my folks would load us into the car or motorhome and drive us off to visit the Walstons on Lesser Slave Lake, the Kasawskis near Flatbush, the Iwashchuks near Thorhild, or the Stiles family near Ponoka. I was gifted with family time, cousins, aunts, uncles, and grandparents playing outside and doing chores. I've picked rocks, hauled bales, slaughtered chickens, delivered calves, and herded cattle. My grandparents, William and Edith Stiles, My grandparents, William and Edith Stiles, ran a farm veterinarian practice, and my Uncle Ernie and Aunt Ferna Iwashchuk wrote the authoritative book on land stewardship in Alberta. I come to this seat after a long career working in Alberta's sun patch since 2002. In my work, I used to say I'm changing the world one solar panel at a time. When I ran for public office, I decided I would start trying to change the world one conversation at a time. Conversation, talking about ideas, is still one of the best ways that we come together as Albertans. And sometimes the world does change just from a conversation. The motto of my alma mater, the University of Alberta, is the Latin phrase, "Quae cum que vera." It means, whatsoever things are true. For my work in this assembly, I will rely on more than feelings and anecdotes to make decisions. I will rely on data, expertise, facts, wisdom, thoughtful discussion to arrive at decisions. It is the best way to govern our province. Mr. Speaker, I am no longer a young man and still not yet so old. I do know there are more years behind me now than there are ahead of me, so I intend to make the most of my time on this planet to serve others. Right now, I feel the best way I can serve is here as a member of the Legislative Assembly. I have reached that stage in my life when I want to plant trees whose shade I know I may never sit under. I want to help continue to improve our great society. For my children, yes, but even more so for theirs, God willing, and the generations that will follow them. We should strive always to govern well and to develop robust policies that will stand the test of time, changing circumstances, and our changing planet. Alberta is an amazing place. We have clean air and water, productive and beautiful land. We have been blessed with valuable geology, and we have smart people that have benefited from public education. The vision of Alberta as the shining city on the hill is still ahead of us, and it is possible to build with a commitment to the principles of social democracy. We can have society where free enterprise thrives, where excellent health care and social services can be depended upon, where our public education system is the envy of the world, and where we help the most vulnerable among us, where we protect our environment, where our youth are talking about staying here when they grow up because they can envision an exciting future for themselves in Alberta. Mr. Speaker, I have many people to thank for my election to this seat. I appreciate the members present indulging me a little while longer as I express gratitude to a few. Heather for encouraging me to run, Gail for helping to make it happen, Matt, Martin, Bernie, and Will for helping me get nominated, Katie for managing an excellent election campaign, Caden, Nicole, Rebecca, Elias, Kevin, Laura, Patrick, and the Lynns and the hundreds of other volunteers, donors, sign hosts, and supporters that help elect a New Democrat MLA to Sherwood Park. The 9:30 crew for keeping me healthy, Mom, Carrie, Chris, Katie Gord, and my nieces and nephews for the love and support of family. I also want to share my appreciation for my fellow members in this assembly, especially the members of the New Democratic Caucus. My dad taught me, work is work. Excuse me. It is the people you work with that matter the most, and you are a delightful, spectacular, and wonderful group of people. Lastly, and most importantly, above everything else, I am the husband of Tammy and the father of Nico and Lainey. Their love carries me, and I aim to make them proud. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and through you, thank you to the members of the assembled.